Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with the fifth layout using my page kits that I made to go to a crop. Now this page kit was mainly or a lot of scraps, and one of my favorite ways to put a layout together is using some scraps. And you see me fussing with my glue bottle there, so that was it was the layout right after that I had that explosion with the glue bottle. And I thought I can't leave that open to the air because it's going to dry out my glue. So I found some washi tape and I kind of did a little surgical procedure on my glue bottle. I just taped over it, and then that way I wasn't going to waste that entire glue bottle because it was basically a brand new glue bottle that I brought with me. So now I'm ready to work on that layout. I got quite a few pictures from my daughter's wedding printed at 5x7, and this is one of the entire family. So it's all my kids and Mason and then Katie and her new husband. So I decided to mat my photo with the gray cardstock. Now, as you saw, I didn't mat my photo in the center of the cardstock, and sometimes when I'm at a crop, that's just how I feel. I don't want to take out my mat and my craft knife, so it's like, you know what, it's okay if I end up with a little bit of scraps from some cardstock. And then I just looked at what I had left with this page kit. A lot of it, like I said, was scraps. That border that I'm putting at the bottom, it's a pattern paper, but it's very subtle. It's a small grid, and it was about 2.5 inches by 12, and I thought that would be a perfect, almost like shelf for my photo. The other pattern paper is like a 6x6, and it's a chevron. And then the heart border, that was actually at the end of at the bottom of my polka dot paper that I'm using as my background. Now, I mentioned at the beginning of the video that scrapping with scraps is one of my favorite way to scrap, and this is why. Because once I took everything out of the page kit, the scraps kind of decided how my layout was going to go. Because I took that border, I put it below the photos, and then the 6x6, well, it was too small to put under my 5x7. It wasn't going to end up being a mat, so I offset it so that you could see that chevron pattern paper. And then once that is done, then I just grab the embellishments that I put with this page kit. And again, that's another reason why I love doing the page kits with the embellishments in it, because I don't have to go through like sticker books and sheets of stickers. Like, I've already done all that. So while I'm at the crop, I don't have to waste, precious time, because yes, it's a whole weekend, but it's still a limited amount of time. And I want to make it so that basically, almost every hour that I am scrapping, I'm putting a page together. So now we're going to take a little scrapbooking talking break. And I just want to mention, if you can tell, my nails, the color that I have on my nails right now, it changes color. So when I get my little hot flashes, my nails become transparent and they're like a creamy color. And then when I start getting cold, as you can tell, as the video progresses, my nails are getting brown and more brown. So it's kind of fun. It's like one nail polish, but your nails, you get two colors, and I love that. And I've had quite a few questions about that. So in the description box below on my Amazon affiliate link, I have quite a few of the nail polish that I bought. And I love, like, it's not just, cream to brown. There's a blue and purple, there's pink to red. There's so many different colors, and they are fun, to have on your nails. I do want to mention that you need a UV or LED light to set this nail polish. Now back to some, talking about the embellishments. I've had quite a few people ask me, where did I get those viewfinders that I'm using in quite a bit of these layouts? That was actually, in my mind's eye, pattern paper, and it had quite a few viewfinders on the page. That, they had blue ones, like navy ones, pink ones, light pink ones, turquoise ones, light blue ones, and that's a really old pattern paper. So sometimes, when you look at a pattern paper, don't just look at the pattern paper as what you can use as a background. Look at it as, can I cut this apart and use it as an embellishment foundation? I actually have a spot in my craft room where I keep the pattern papers that are potentials for cutting apart, for embellishments. Not necessarily always an embellishment foundation, but maybe just an embellishment on the layout. So sometimes pattern papers, like when you think an embellishment package can be, $5 or $6, where a pattern paper is like $1. And when you cut apart that pattern paper, you can get up to 50 embellishments that you can put on a layout. I love the ones especially that have cameras on them, like this one here with the viewfinder. If I ever find another viewfinder like this pattern paper, I'm going to get like 10 pages because I love using those as an embellishment foundation. I've had some before that were labels, tags, cameras are some of my favorites, hearts, arrows. There's so many different pattern papers that you can cut apart and then use them as an embellishment. Okay, next, I just want to apologize for not putting a video up on Friday and on Monday. Friday, I thought for sure that I had one that was pre-scheduled and it was ready to go, and I just didn't realize that there wasn't one. And then yesterday was a holiday here where I live, and everybody was here, so it didn't feel like a Monday, so I just completely forgot. So we're just gonna blame it on the old brain. And talking about old brain, I just want to mention that this week it is my birthday, so it's going to be a birthday celebration here on my channel. So from this day till Sunday, I'm going to have a video up every day. And my birthday is on Thursday. And on Thursday, I'm going to have a birthday sale on all my classes. I'm turning 53, so it's going to be a 53% off sale, and it's going to last for 53 hours. And I'm also going to have some giveaways, so stay tuned for on Thursday. I'm going to have more details on that. Now we're on the portion of the story time of the video. So this, when you look at the picture, it just looks like, okay, it's a picture of the family. But the story that I'm going to tell, and I probably will have 2 pages for this because I actually have a picture of it happening. But I want to, say part of the story on this layout. I want to talk about how when we told Mason that when Katie was getting married, maybe we should have told him a little bit more. When she was getting married, he was sitting in the front row, and I looked down and he's crying. So I tap him on the shoulder and I said, "Buddy, what's wrong?" And he gets up and he comes over and he sits on my knee and he's just bawling. I'm like, "What's wrong, buddy?" And he says, "I'm going to miss Katie." And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, I'm just going to miss her. Like, I'm not going to see her anymore." And I started bawling too. And I said, "No, buddy, all that means Katie's not going anywhere. All that means is that instead of just having, an aunt and an uncle, you're going to have an aunt and 2 uncles, because now Pat is going to be your uncle too. So it's a good thing, you're going to have an extra uncle. You're just adding to your family. Nobody's leaving." So of course, because of my personality, I'm laughing and crying. And then everybody in the wedding party looks down and sees Mason crying. So then they all bawl because they don't know why he's crying. His mom is one of the bridesmaid, and she's bawling because Mason is bawling. My daughter sees Mason crying. So everybody's crying because Mason thinks that, that but she was leaving for some reason. So anyway, this completes this layout. Don't forget, I'm going to have my birthday sale starting on Thursday, May 23rd. So we'll see you there, and I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.